Dude, just get a Steam Deck is some of the greatest advice a gamer can receive in the glorious year of 2026. And the main reason for that is because the Steam Deck is essentially the jack of all trades of gaming hardware. Let me create a Venn diagram to better display this point better. So let's take like three circles and let's put our glorious king, the Steam Deck, in the middle of it. Now, but what would go on the outer circles? Well, clearly you've heard so much about the PC master race. You probably have a ton of people being like, "Oh, PC is the freaking best!" And that's simply because, well, it's true. PCs have the greatest capabilities when it comes to hardware and also offer the most customization. You can literally tailor your build to the exact needs that you want for your device. PC has the largest library of games through marketplaces like Steam and even offer a lot of console exclusives on those platforms. Through PC, you can do things like modding and emulation. If you're really into indie games like I am, you know that a majority of them come out immediately on PC. A con for PC gaming, though, is that there really is no guarantee that the games are optimized for your specific build. Building and maintaining your own PC takes a lot of time and effort that not really a lot of people want to do. And it should be obvious, but PC is definitely the most expensive avenue when it comes to gaming. The Steam Deck is essentially a mini computer. You can swap it to desktop mode where it becomes a Linux machine where you can do non-gaming things like use a browser or even download software, like on a regular computer. The Steam Deck can obviously run games on Steam, but what's really cool about it is that the games don't necessarily need to have a native Linux build. You can also play games through other marketplaces like Epic Games and GOG. The Steam Deck also offers a ton of customization. Through mods, you can change things like the look of the UI, the opening animation, and so much more. Emulation is possible and pretty simple on the Steam Deck. You can also mod your games. You can do a lot more than you realize on a Steam Deck. Console gaming is the next best thing when it comes to hardware, especially in these last few years where they've gotten way more powerful, and they are completely optimized for gaming. Consoles create a super streamlined experience to play games. I mean, all you gotta do is just plug in two cords and turn it on, and then you're good. You can play games. It just works. You don't have to tweak anything. You don't need to change any hardware because all of the games should already be optimized for that specific hardware. Consoles are also a third of the price of a good PC build and can play a lot of the same games. Not all of them, obviously, but a lot of good ones. The main cons to consoles is that they are way more restrictive than PCs. You have little to no customization if that is something that you value. The libraries are more restrictive, as in you can really only play console exclusives and some multi-platform releases, and also you have to pay for online play, which is the biggest scam ever. It's fine, it's fine. You don't need all that extra stuff anyways. I mean, like, just give me the fastest route where I can hear someone say a slur on Call of Duty. The Steam Deck emulates that it just works feeling. All you have to do is just hit a power button, wait a few seconds, a little cute little animation plays, and then boom, there you go. You can hop into a game. The process is so simple that I honestly just prefer to turn on my Steam Deck than wait like several minutes for my PC to boot. Also, it only costs a third of the price of a PC. Mobile gaming is the most popular avenue of gaming, mainly because you can bring your games anywhere you want. How else am I supposed to play Balatro while I take a shit? Well, on the Steam Deck, obviously. It's a handheld gaming device that you can carry around in a case that comes with it, by the way. It's not pocket sized like your phone, but just pack that shit in a backpack, and then you can carry it around with you on planes, trains, and automobiles. The Steam Deck has the capabilities of PC and the streamlined experience of a console that you can take anywhere you want. And that is why it is the greatest gaming device of all time. Now, I will admit, in the same vein that it is a jack of all trades, it is also a master of none. There are other handheld devices that do have better hardware, and despite the fact that it is a computer, it's still not going to run those PC games like a high-end PC build would. While the Steam Deck can run the majority of games on Steam, not all games are guaranteed to be optimized for it. As much as instead of games trying to optimize themselves for the Steam Deck, a lot of the times the Steam Deck tries to optimize itself for the games. Some games just will not work on Linux, and this is mainly due to the anti-cheat that these games run. Some require launchers that don't really work properly on the deck, and some games just aren't that good on controller. These are things that you should be aware of. Battery life is good, but that's really only if you're playing those lower demanding games. If you wanted to play something a little bit more demanding, I would probably recommend keeping it plugged in, especially if you're going to play it for a long time. Despite its shortcomings, though, if I lost everything I had and I only had my Steam Deck, I think I'd still be okay. My family is mainly a PC gaming family at this point, but it's obviously going to be super inconvenient for me to bring my entire rig every time I go to see them. With my Steam Deck, all I gotta do is just bring that, and I can play a ton of multiplayer games with them, like Chivalry 2, Marvel Rivals, Stellaris, or any other type of game. Not only just traveling to see my family, but I could also travel anywhere and still be able to play those games. It's like bringing your Xbox and praying that you can plug it into one of the hotel TVs. However, with the Steam Deck, it's pretty much the Xbox and the TV all in one. Hell, I could even play it on the plane before getting to the hotel. The Steam Deck is honestly my backlog killer. I probably wouldn't have as many hours as I do on certain games if I didn't play them on my Steam Deck. Just do it. Just get a Steam Deck. Just for fun, let's just fill out the rest of this Venn diagram. Why not, right? In between consoles and PCs, I would slap in the good old Steam machine that's going to be coming out soon enough. If you literally just take my sections about PCs and consoles for the Steam Deck and just took away the mobile part, that's the Steam machine. Now, what would go in between PCs and mobile gaming? I would say gaming laptops, because that's literally what they are. They're gaming PCs that you can literally bring anywhere you go. Now, I don't like gaming laptops personally, mainly because every time I use them, they sound like they're about to explode, and I don't want to carry an IED in my backpack. Now, what would go in between consoles and mobile gaming? That would just be the Nintendo Switch, because that's what it is. So, I don't like the Switch very much, though. Just get a Steam Deck, bro. You're better off.